Tony D is back with the Black Summer. Issue 4 and 5, where we left off, our group, the Seven Guns, they're actually down to 4 people. John Horus, one of them, has assassinated the president, the cabinet members, and he's pretty much going to take over America because he feels like it's the right thing to do and that America's corrupt, the government infrastructure. Another important recap is this group was formed, the Seven Guns, to battle in-state corruption. And so it's expanded nationwide with the acts of John Horus here. Tom Noor, in the last issue, he goes out to surrender and he's gone. However, I don't know if he is or not. We'll get into that a little bit more, but the news is reporting it is just, their hand has been forced into combat with the military that's been deployed, and they're hunting them. They're being hunted. They're in a situation where they don't have much choice. And then the rage of their friend going like that, going out to surrender, and then they did that, just adds to the fuel to the fire. And Ripe is just, he's still killing it. Precision, just vibrates off the page. If anything, you don't have to get deep into the political narrative and the deconstruction of the hero. It's just a great action comic book as well. Just look at the artwork. It's fast-paced, too. Look at this spread. Can you imagine how long it took Ripe to make this? Look at the detail and the line work. It is something to behold. I sat here when I first read this, and I just was looking at everything. Even with this amount of art, it's placed strategically to lead your eye around because you don't miss a square inch of this at all. It's just fantastic. If anything, get this one. Then we got our guy, John Horus. He was a little absent, pretty much, from issue 2 and 3. He's coming into the picture. This is the Appalachian Mountains. He is the most powerful out of the Seven Guns, which is probably why he did what he did. Now, keep in mind, issue, I believe it was 1, the speedster of the group told Tom Noor, the guy right here, that the others haven't turned off their enhancements and it's driven them insane. We haven't heard about that at all, and this is issue 4. I'm curious if that comes into play. And Tom Noor was the only one that hadn't been using his enhancements. He kept them off. But he sees what has happened to Tom Noor, and they were friends. Regardless of what he does, he feels like he's still their friend. You know what I'm saying? He still feels a deep connection to the group and wants to protect them, even if there's adversity to what he has done and believes in. It's just a great narrative book with the layering of the characters. As you go, it gets even better. He's being attacked, and they caught him off guard a little bit, but he's the most powerful out of the group. These visuals are just stunning. Let me know what you think about Ripe. They even use they arm a nuclear missile. They try to get him with that. But he's powerful. He brushes it off. And then you get to, this is Frank. He was the director, leader of the Seven Guns when they were battling state level corruption. And now he has another team that he has built. And he's getting authorization to activate them. He's explaining away some of the stuff that's happened. Tom Noor getting away from him in issue 1. But we're introduced to the new Seven Guns. And I'm wondering if, I don't know, this is just a weird guess, but that's the fun of the book. You know what I'm saying? Is, could these be clones or are these just new people? Because they look like some of them. The Atlas Hide guy, the Hulk guy, the motorcycle rider, the speedster. But anyways, they're still fighting with John Horus, and they're not doing anything to him. He's just brushing them off, and the nuclear attack just doesn't work. And the news is following, and you get a lot of bang for your buck in the news reports here, because it really, the people of the United States are just humans that aren't enhanced. This is really their perspective injected into the book. It's an important piece because they're terrified of these people. He's finding out that Tom has been killed. He's mad. Another thing I found is you get different news channels like Fox News, and then there's CNN and some of them. You're getting both sides of that political charged part of the book. It doesn't lean to either side. It's very neutral in my viewpoint. Oh, here's another stunning visual. It is just fantastic. After they pretty much take over the city, the army falls back, lets them be, and now they're trying to figure out what to do as a group of 4 people. I always felt he was the leader. This guy is disintegrating as a leader. The motorcycle gun, we're just going to have to take out John Horus and then set some terms for themselves. They leave you on issue 4. They're just like him. They're going to get rid of him and then do what they think is the right thing to do. It's just layers of that whole deconstruction of the hero. Yeah, and then it starts right off from where you stop. That's another good thing about this. You pick up, boom, it's a rocket ship. They talk about it, and they're still debating if Frank's alive. They need to go to another hideout, and the speedster lady, it's an interesting power. Like, she can activate other people to move at her same speed. It was just an interesting little take on the speedster power set. Yeah, and it's talking about how she's just ready to kill, and it's easier if she doesn't see their faces or don't know them. She makes that distinction. Then there's more of the carnage left. Then you get another going back in time, another type memory in this cool color, this grayish tone. And this is the motorcycle chick. And she tells him to get a gun. She's like, let me tell you what I honestly think. And she goes on a rant about Article 1, Section 8. Congress shall have power to provide for calling forth the militia to execute. And then the Second Amendment. She's pulling all that out. And then talks about companies that cause some of this stuff and how the government into these big companies. She talks about it's necessary to a free state that she takes up arms, suppress what is practically a coup. You're getting into that whole, I think something's corrupt, I'm going to stop it. Who's right? That's what's thought-provoking about it. But if you have ultimate power, you can enact what you really think. And then she talks about, she tells a story of a criminal who got off on charges and went to jail, and this criminal just worked from inside prison and had other people killed, and it'd been better just to kill him. And another great point is Frank listens to all this, and then he comments, you want to hurt people, don't you? And then he's, no, it's more than that. You want to kill people. And he's telling her that he's being serious. And it was just, this right here, this interaction was the biggest part of the book for me right now. It's just him telling her that. And she does not argue. She just goes into the death penalty would work. Well, the Frank guy, he's pretty smart. He can read people. But that was a great, going back in time, the mindset of one of the guns, one of the others. And you get a snippet of all their mindsets. They all meet in this new hideout that they think is safe, but as they go to open this door, they're having issues, and they get in, and there's the new guns are just waiting. Love this dark tone. And what I thought was really cool, the advantage the 4 guns have right now is experience. The Speedster automatically kicks into gear and evaluates the whole situation. And before anything can happen, she's their guns, and then they just kick into gear. They have an advantage over these new guys. And she knows there's a Speedster among them. And that's why I was saying, I wonder if, I don't know, are they clones or they just do the same, put the same power sets on them. And oh man, she takes care of that. It's pretty graphic, visceral. Ripe is a perfect man for this type of artwork. It's a beautiful mess, is what I always call it. And then you get this interesting dialogue between this general and one of his guys. And he just puts it out there. What if they're right? Maybe we should join them because we're not going to beat them. It's a long dialogue. It really adds, the narrative is just, it's great writing. They keep talking and they hear something happens and it's one of their jet fighters. And it happens to be John Horus. Now he's, think about it, take me to your leader. Who is the leader right now? The president's gone, cabinet member's gone. Anyone there that can get in the way is gone. It's such a good read. If anything, it's worth the art. A lot of questions are being asked, and they're letting you, the reader, answer some of them. It's intelligent writing. Now, this is something I would definitely read as a kid. This is where it has that double value. It's thought-provoking, but it also has that fighting. I would flip in there and see that. I would probably be shocked that I could get a hold of something like that. But I would see the action and the fighting, and I would totally want to read it. Now, there'd be some of that dialogue I would probably skip. I remember a time just looking at pictures, and that was it. Taping these bad boys up. Black summer. You know, it's summer right now. This is a perfect segue. Action-packed. I'll tell you what, I want to read the next issue. That's when I know I'm reading something good, is I can't wait to read the next just to see what happens. Black Summer. Get on that. Outro.